Hello everyone. Today we're going to do a quick, rough walkthrough of the oscillatory candle experiment for physical chemistry. Here's our general setup with the oscillation box. On the left side, we have two sets of 3 candles each at a set distance apart from each other. When we're ready to record, we're going to open the camera app on our phone, slide over to slow-mo, and then make sure we record what frames per second that the video is recording at, in this case 240. Then to set the exposure all the way to the lowest, we're going to hold onto the camera until autofocus lock appears, and then slide the sundial all the way down. Then we're going to start the record. Place your phone in the box, light the candles, place an airflow limiting cover over the box, and turn the lights out in the room and in the hood. Wait till you have about 10 seconds of good data, and then you can turn the lights back on, slide this cover off, blow the candles out, and recover your footage. We can open the video that we just filmed through the tracker software by going to File and Open. It should look something like this. First, we're going to head to Video and Clip Settings. The default frame rate should be 30 frames per second, but we know from our recording that we did 240 frames per second. This will make sure that the tracker software knows how much real-life time has passed. We're going to head up here to Track and click New, RGB region. And we're going to create an RGB region right on this flame. Then we're going to try to match the geometry to encompass the flame at its highest peak, which you can do at the top right up here. Once we have this one, we're going to click Track, New, and create another RGB region for the other flame. Move this and match the geometry once again. Once we have this set up, we can go ahead and play the video. And you can see on the right that the oscillations will be measured, and hopefully you have some pretty good footage like so. All right, once your playback has finished, your graph should look something like this, hopefully with some good oscillations in there. We're going to want to export this data to Excel so that we can mess around with our graphs. This can be done by going to Columns and deselecting the X and the Y so that we just have seconds and luma. You can then select this whole thing by doing Control A and Control C to copy, and then you can paste it in Excel. One thing to keep in mind is that this is the data just for region B, and we'd created 2 regions, one for each candle set. So we can click here, go to region A, and go through the same process to get both sets of data. And then you can graph.